Hi, my name is Rodney McKenzie, and you're watching More Life Video Blog. And what I'm doing over the next 10 weeks, now 11, and I'll explain in a little bit, what I'm doing is actually focusing on the great laws of the universe. Yes, the great laws of the universe. And these are great laws that you prove every day in your life. Every day. Every day, whether you know them or not, you are proving the great laws of the universe. I am proving the great laws of the universe every day of my life. So there's these spiritual laws that are true, whether we believe them or not. These are the great laws, the spiritual laws that actually support us in, well, doing whatever we want, creating the lives that excite us, that move us, the lives that we want. And sometimes these lives are painful and heart-wrenching and dramatic and sad. And sometimes these lives are blissful and exciting and happy and just lovely. And these laws, though, state that if you follow these laws, if you master these laws, well, you can create anything you want. That you don't have to be a victim of life where you're hoping and praying that something will happen. But these laws actually support you in creating whatever you truly want in truth. And so, well, why not go into these laws? Why not, as young people, as someone who is 32, I really want to create a life that is exciting and joyful to me. I really want to create a life that really speaks to me. And so I'm digging into the great laws of the universe because I'm curious what happens when I master them. So the law that I'm focusing on this week again, I'm retaking this law, is the law of correspondence. And the law of correspondence states that, well, as above, so below, and as below, guess what? So above. See, the law of correspondence says that life, well, it corresponds. So whatever's happening in one level of your life is happening on every other level of your life. Shit. Everything that's happening on one level of my life is happening on every other level of my life. The law of correspondence says that there's these many levels of me, that you're seeing this beautiful black man right now, but you're also seeing and feeling, and you should be aware of that there's another level of me. There's a spiritual level. And there's another level still. There's an emotional level. And there's another level still. There's a mental level. And all of these levels correspond with each other. And so I can look at my life, and you could even look at my life, and you can see clues about what's happening on all the other levels of my life. And that's why I'm retaking this law. That's why I'm going to dig into it more, because last week I had a week, y'all. I had a week. I had a week where I had a board meeting that started on Friday, and I had a lot of work. And the issue wasn't with the board meeting or the lot of work. I mean, I did a great job. But the issue was how I felt, what was happening within me. I had this overwhelming feeling that I wasn't doing something right. I had this overwhelming feeling that there was so much work to do. I had this overwhelming feeling, and here's the thing that's yummy, that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't worthy, that I needed to do more. And at the same time, I was having other stuff happening too. I mean, I'm a seminary student as well, and the schoolwork, the amount of work that I have to do, well, it felt, guess what? Something corresponded. It felt overwhelming. It felt like I wasn't doing something right. It felt like there was so much going on. And the same thing I could tell you again, the same thing was happening at my church where I'm a board member. There was a lot going on. I felt like things were overwhelming. I'm telling you, there was a lot of stuff going on. And the old me would have looked out there and said that I'm a victim. But the new man, being supported by the law of mind last week, which says everything starts within, and being aware that everything corresponds, helps me see not to be a victim, but to see that I'm a creator. To see that if something's happening outside of me, if I'm feeling something within, it's a clue about what's happening on all four levels of my being. And I get to choose. I get to be an author of my life. I get to create something by being aware that all of my life, it corresponds. And so today, I've decided to go into this conversation a little bit more prepared, a little bit more ready, using the law of correspondence as an indicator of what's happening on all levels of my being, and choosing to love myself, choosing to dare myself to love every level and create something new. Join me this week as I struggle with, as I go into and deal with and be aware of how my life corresponds. And let's see what happens when I choose to acknowledge that I'm a creator and not a victim and create something new. Have a good day. Holla.